Yo, welcome to Music as a Day Job. I'm your host, Tef from Top Flight.
Hypnotic from Top Flight, Top Flight Empire.
So, today we're going to talk about top three forms of income streams. What we feel are our top three forms of income streams for independent artists. For me, we have these three. It's the tickets, merch, and sponsors. Now, the crazy thing about tickets is, of course, like everyone acts like they don't want to sell them, and they don't know how that goes against what they're going to have to do, even if they made a hit song. Like you watch tons of people get on labels, make hit songs, and then they fall off, and then they totally fall off because they never knew how to actually sell to their fans. They never knew their consumers. So then it's hard for them to stay on because they can't build new consumers, nor can they keep their old consumers. So with tickets, I've always said, because that's what we kind of based a lot of our career off. We had tons of different ways to sell tickets, but like it's one of those things that if you know your consumer, I tell every artist that just like any product in the world, that you need to be able to find your consumer. And that's what makes those products win. People as artists feel like they shouldn't have to find their consumer, but yet you're making a product. So they separate themselves to kind of go like, well, people should just naturally pay for my product. No, people pay for your product because they become consumers just the same as any other product. So you have to go find them. And that's what building the selling tickets is all about, is because when you sell those tickets and you start understanding, yes, there's expenses, there's venue expenses. Even if you use the concert app, there's expenses that we have to pay to cover so you can have this show. There's DJs, there's hosts, there's bookers, there's everything that has to be paid for. And then after that, you make money after that. But understanding that you get to that point of having that many fans. Once you have that many fans, if I help you get to the point of having that many fans, even if concert never existed a day again, you still would have those fans, which are people who are consumers that are willing to always pay for your product in the future. And if you
Well, here's the
understood that,
thing. One thing I think we miss is, so let's say artists, when they first start, they usually have friends, family, and coworkers. That's who they sell their tickets to. Let's say an artist can only sell five tickets, which you're not going to make anything off the tickets, most likely. Some people will give you a couple dollars of tickets, but like you're never going to be in a good venue, sell five tickets and make money unless you have something to sell. Now let's bundle that ticket with a piece of merch. Let's bundle that ticket with a piece of merch and a poster. We had one girl come to a show, sell 20 tickets, but she sold 20 posters and five shirts, and I think she walked away with like $200-300 and for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes of your time, you make $200-300 if you set it up right, right? And now the beauty is when you start transitioning from friends, family, and coworkers, you're selling tickets. Now, once you get to a certain marker, you'll always make money. If you can bring 50 people to an event, you can make money 100%. Now, if you sell tickets, bring 50 people, and you sell merch, now you're making a better wage. And that's just once a month. Now, if you duplicate this in tour, it's game over. But the more people, now it makes it easier to go get these small businesses. Let me go get one business. Let's say I'm an artist who doesn't want to sell any tickets at all. And I hate selling tickets, but I do have 50 people I know who would show up for free. I would go to 50 different businesses and be like, hey, ask for double the amount of tickets and be like, I'm going to put these tickets in your store. Just pay me this amount of money. And it'll be like a sponsorship. And I'll send all my fans here to get free tickets, which will give you a direct drive to traffic to your store. Now you sold all your tickets, made money. Now you have a sponsor and someone else promoting you. Now you give all your fans free tickets. Now they go in and get this. Now they just come in, instead of buying a ticket, they have money for merch.
now let's split that up because you took them kind of fast. You
Yeah.
took them through kind of fast, you know. So then when you take merch, and it's like one of the things I always tell artists with merch, like watch how you buy merch because if it's trash, it's trash. People don't want to wear it. So it's just like when you have like merch, it's like going short runs. We always said start in short runs and then see what people like. Even if you use
Yeah.
something like there's websites that you can get on, which I'm not gonna promote one, but
Printify, Printful,
with
where you
some
don't pay a
using
dollar.
yeah, he's gonna support him. But if you use one of those, then you can try out different things to see what people like. within that idea, you are charging way more than what you're paying for the actual product. And then it gives people another connection to you, which is definitely always dope because if you're doing shows, which you have to do shows, which we talked about with the Beyonce becoming a billionaire and everything like that, you're going to have to do shows because that's what is making a lot of these artists money. I think one point they said that was like 60% of the money or 70% of the money they were actually making was from their actual tours. So when you have that and you have merch, that gives you the option to have another connection and another situation your consumer can purchase. We have never been the greatest at it, but the moments we did do it, we did crazy numbers with it. Like we would go out there and sell out all our merch. One time we had tons of merch and we're setting up to build a website at this is back when just websites were popping. We are setting up to build a website to have the merch on the website, but by the time we got off tour, we didn't have any more merch left. So we couldn't really put it on the website because we didn't have that many sizes of anything. So it's one of those things where you can always make extra money. So if it's a high cost of the venue and you're not gonna make that much money from the venue from the actual ticket sales, you can always re-up with the merch. I always tell people that just to like Black P with his situation, like he would go into Tech Nine shows and you might not get paid. You're getting on this big show or whatnot, but then he'd have enough merch to be like, I'm gonna make this much off of merch. Like I'm gonna make $1,000 a night off merch.
So, yeah, because I do talk really fast and I get excited about these topics. No matter what you do, you're going to have to sell tickets if you want to perform and you want to get on bigger stages, right? Like if you can sell 30 tickets to 50 tickets, you have a 90% higher chance of performing on a national show. And a national show may be 1,000 or 2,000. Those aren't as important, but scaling back, it's important to sell tickets to fans. And if money is important to you, bundle it with merch. The same way you sell tickets to people is the same way you sell businesses sponsorships. They all go together. And if what we're saying doesn't always make sense, nowadays there's tools like ChatGPT where you can go on and say, how do I get a sponsorship as an artist? How do I sell more tickets? The right questions in life will get you the correct answers. And nothing beats actually trying. A lot of people say, I can't sell 5 tickets. Well, have you had 100 conversations? No, I've hit 10 people. Makes sense. The more you put in, the more you fail, the quicker you learn, the more money you make, and the better your result is. If you don't care about the money, you just want to perform on big shows, go buy a bunch of tickets and give them out. Because no matter which way you cut it, you're going to have to do one of those.
And now once he gets to the gist of sponsorships, now when you break down sponsorships, for a lot of people, they probably aren't catching on to the idea of what sponsorships are. Basically, which I don't feel like we were the first people, but in our area, I feel like we might have been the first. In our region, we might
First
have
one
been
I've known personally.
artists. Yeah, I personally feel like we might be the first in general. Like independent artists that had tons of sponsors. That's what we even like because when we talk about living off music, like it's like we had sponsors to our music. We even had sponsors on our mixtapes and everything. Like we looked at how big artists move. Like when you say like, oh well, Sprite just endorsed Jay-Z or something like that. Like we would look at that and then be like, well, what about these smaller businesses? They need to endorse somebody that's popping. So we knew we had so many fans that we were like, and this is why you should sell tickets again, because if you sell tickets, then you know who all your fans are. If you know where all your fans are, then you can go to a business and say, hey, I have so such and such amount of fans, and then those people are also consumers of other products. So then if I can lead them to any one of these businesses, then I make money. You know what I'm saying? And so because I'm helping this business. So with inside of that, we would just come up with tons of different ways how to do it. Whether it was, hey, we need to have this business at booths in our venue. We need to have this business put commercials on our mixtape. We need to have this business. What we're going to do is we're going to collect content for them within our content. We might put their product within our video. We might do a show with their product all at the show, everything like that. So it was tons of different ways. And when you can control and understand your fan base and you actually know how to sell tickets and you know you have a fan base, it's easy to take that data and then take it to someone else and be like, yo, this is what I have. these age ranges and everything like that, and you can actually be almost a little marketer, which is why we even built a marketing company separate, because we were doing it so much that we had to build a separate marketing company to talk to those businesses and be like, yo, we're just not Top Flight. We're also this marketing company, because this marketing company is going to get you Top Flight's fans. You know what I'm saying? So within that, you as a regular artist can do that and make extra money, because there's been points we've made upward of $12,000 a month just on a sponsorship consistently. So it's like you can it's probably no limit to what you could probably do if you actually knew how to sell tickets and actually get fans.
I think that's to leave it at that is you, as an artist, if you want to make that extra amount of money to from a business or a brand, is you're a marketing company. You are trying to add value to them. Some of them just want discovery value. Some of them want leads. Some of them want, they all want different things. And that's where the communication comes in. But a couple ways you can tie a sponsorship to you is you can add advertisement on your print, your flyers, your tickets, whatever, your shirts. We've had logos on the back of shirts. We've got tour vans. You can also do online. If you have a heavy online, they want to collaborate in that way. I think there's a lot of information online that says sponsorships are dead and now you need all these metrics and online. No, if you just go walk into 100 different stores, you will land money. We used to walk around and just walk in and, hey, we have a show down here. You want to buy a booth for $500? We're also going to shoot you out on stage. We might only get 1 out of 20 of those, but we did it a lot. And so it's just putting in the work and making it happen. And if you ever get stuck, download the Concert app, Qoncert. It's free in your Android. It's free in your iPhone. Create an account if you're a fan or an artist. And if you're an artist, just go in there, start doing shows, reach out to us, ask us more questions, get on your first show, and try to do a sponsor. Your first sponsor, you can keep 100% of it, and I'll show you how to do it. Take me up on this offer. Let's make money. Let's have a good time. And welcome to make music as a day job, right?
We're going away. We're not welcoming right now, but this
Yeah.
has been music as a day job.
Peace.
I'm Chaff and he's Hypnotic. Peace.